Character Education Assembly. The theme for the month of November is Thankfulness. It is our pleasure to celebrate that theme with you today.
In case of emergency, please exit the auditorium quickly and quietly. Those people on the right exit by the doors to your right. Those people in the middle section will use the doors to your rear. And those people on the left side of the auditorium will use the doors to your left. Thank you.
Please rise for the pledge to the flag and remain standing to join in the singing of the patriotic song, the Pure Randall flag. First, the pledge. 1, 2, 3. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is my pleasure to introduce the 5th grade players in this skit about thankfulness. Our presentation today is titled Thankfulness and Mr. Whiskers.
A young girl named Maggie lived with her grandmother in a little town in New England near the edge of the sea. A fisherman who lived nearby, Mr. Whiskers, was helping Maggie with her chores by carrying heavy firewood for her.
Mr. Whiskers wasn't his real name, of course. It was really Joseph Brown. He had been a fisherman for many years. Maggie had called him Mr. Whiskers ever since she could remember. Maggie loved spending time with Mr. Whiskers. Maggie's grandmother did not like Mr. Whiskers, though. She thought he was poor and didn't wear fine clothes and smelled like fish. She never had a nice thing to say about him.
Oh, that horrible Mr. Whiskers!
Grandmother loved to make pies. Her favorite was cranberry. Her cranberry pie was the most famous for miles around. Whenever Grandmother baked her cranberry pie, she pulled her curtains tight. It was so famous that bakers all over the countryside had offered to buy the recipe from her. Grandmother always kept her recipe a secret and always kept it hidden so that no one would steal it.
Especially that no
Every year, Grandmother invited some guests to join them for Thanksgiving dinner and allowed Maggie to do the same. It never mattered to Maggie or her grandmother that the carpet was worn, the furniture was old, or that the silverware didn't match. Friendship and sharing were the important things in life. Grandmother and Maggie were off to invite guests to dinner. Later, Grandmother returned and remembered that she needed to hide her pie recipe. Just as her grandma had the recipe, Maggie came right into the house, excited.
Grandfather, I have something important I have just got to tell you. Now just a minute. I have something important I have just got to tell you too. I can't wait to tell you who I invited for Thanksgiving dinner. As you know, I invited Mr. and Mrs. Kraft. They come
Teachers have submitted names for students who have demonstrated October's character trait for self-discipline. As we call your names, please come down to the front of the risers to be recognized.
Please do not clap until all students have been announced. Kindergarten, Mrs. Comstock, Addison Hollandy, Owens and Tangible.
Mrs. Buck, Cole Reynolds, Lexi Robbins.
Mrs. Grover, Logan Harrington, Graceland Cross.
Mrs. Hours, Emma Berger.
Mrs. Cummins, Amelia Hillman.
First grade, Mrs. Vossler, Lennon Kernan, Maddie Kubik.
Mrs. Roberts, Corbin
Jack Middle. Mrs. Pierce, Adrian Gross, Leah Morgan. Second grade, Mrs. Myers, Oliver Gallagher, Gannon Vogel. Mrs. O'Keefe, Lexi Bailey, Lydia Stolcom, Carver Winston. Mrs. Rex, TJ Zimmerman, Scarlett Dewey. Mrs. Quantron, Austin Rose. Third grade, Mrs. Anderson, Hudson Jones, Lincoln Cotwitz. Mrs. Shedrick, Nolan Korn, Lola Hewick. Mrs. Lindeman, Ryan New, Anastasia Ashley. Fourth grade, Mrs. Van Damme and Mrs. Feister. Mia Arden, Kaylee Lockwood. Mr. Van Damme, Mallory Tolbach, Evan Wickham. Mrs. Weber, Ruby Gildmeister, Willa Vogel. Fifth grade, Mr. Kemp, Parker Durham, Owen Radomski. Mr. Beck, Charlie Howe, Mila Worthington. Mr. Hillman, Olivia Patinella, Landon Tackerty. Miss Adderman, Kai Breckenridge, Owen Jablonski.
Good afternoon, everyone. All right, we all know that a hero is someone who helps, encourages, and respects others. That means that you treat people nicely, and if you see someone else treating a person badly, you step in to help them. So we have a whole lot of names out there on our hero board. I left all of the hero alerts on the wall out there so our parents could see them, so I'll have your certificates for you tomorrow. I'm going to read off all of those names. When I say your name, I want you to stand up right where you are, And once I've read all of the names, we'll clap. Are you ready? It's a long list. Hope I can do it. We have Rorick Hoxie, Liam Wilson, Oliver Wooden, Liam Slater, Gabe Rosario, Scarlett Wickwire, Kinsley Borden, Star Weitzel, Ellsworth Johnston, Aubrey Jablonski, Lucille Lynch, Stella Whitford, Jack Santangelo, Adeline Putnam, Joey Bealey, Davon Gillespie, Liam Holdridge, Amelia Lambert, Greg Coons, Alec Austin, Abram Reynolds, Haley Kramer, Kaylin Hadsel, Isabella Samborski, Simon Dunning, Lakin Lewis, Elena Carlin, Benjamin Glover, Loden Truman, Brantley Gallagher, Grayson White, Dawson Giverson, Elena Reed, Noah Lambert, Weston Putnam, Owen Jablonski, Presley Kernan, Blake Rulo, Cheyenne Carter, and I'm not done yet. I told you it was a lot. Kennedy Quinn, Hazel Wells, Sydney Reynolds, Jaden France, Vinnie Quattrone, and Garrett Klotz. Now I'm done. Let's give all those kids a great round of applause. All right. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. I have all of those names in my fishbowl, and I'm going to pick 2 names. And those 2 names that I pick are going to come up and see me because I have a gift certificate for each of those people for a small ice cream from Charlie's. All right, let's see what we got. We have Amelia Lambert and Grayson White. No Amelia today, all right. So, all right. Thank you. All right. I know that every one of you is a hero. You all do nice things, even though you don't always get caught doing those nice things. So keep up the good work, keep treating people nicely, and hopefully we'll see your name on the wall next month.
This is the end of our assembly about thankfulness. We hope you will be encouraged to be grateful for all the blessings in your life. We will now close the assembly with the singing of the Cuba Rushford School Alma Mater.